Hi there. In the last post, we had discussed the implications or the side effects of us having to sit in a slouched posture for long periods of time. So today, let's focus on the do's and don'ts when it comes to us correcting our posture and making sure that we maintain the neutral spine throughout the day. So before we get to working on our posture, let's understand the complete big picture. Remember, this is what we need to focus on if we want our DR to heal and recover, if we want our core to be nice and strong inside out. So today, out of all of this, we are going to focus on the postural alignment aspect of it, especially our slouch posture. Along with it, we're also going to focus on mindset and lifestyle modification that is required for us to connect with our bodies and take care of our posture. We all know the implications of having a bad posture, but the very act of us connecting with our body, taking care of our body, and trying to be in the right posture throughout the day has a lot of benefits. Some of the benefits are, it increases our sense of self-awareness and self-reliance. It also helps us improve our body language. Apart from that, we also feel energetic and confident. Not only that, we become more grounded and less reactive throughout the day. And we all know how important it is to maintain a good posture for as long as possible throughout the day for our health and vitality. But postural correction is not as easy as it seems, and sometimes it can be a challenging act. Let's explore the reasons. The first thing that we need to understand in order to tackle our slouching posture is how to maintain the neutral spine. That is, how to maintain the S curve of the spine as we sit throughout the day. As you can see here, there are quite a few things that we should be taking into consideration. The first thing we should be making sure is that our feet are firmly planted on the floor, because that helps us with proprioceptive awareness and it helps the brain to adjust our muscles to make sure that we maintain the neutral of the spine. The second thing we need to focus is on our pelvis. We need to make sure that our pelvis is straight and grounded. It doesn't tilt forward or backward. That would ensure that the S curve of our lumbar region is maintained. The second thing we have to make sure is that the C curve of our thoracic region is maintained, but not too much. This might be a natural curve for us, but this is an unnatural curve. So we have to make sure that there is no unnatural bending that happens at the thoracic region. The next thing we have to make sure is that the neutral curve of the spine is maintained in the cervical region. That means our ears are aligned with our shoulders and we do not have a forward neck posture. So if this is the neutral spine with its proper S shape, let's see how a spine would look if we are slouching and sitting throughout the day. We would have made sure that our pelvis is tilted backward. That means we would have lost the curvature in our lumbar region, a very bad thing for our discs. The second thing that would have happened is us slouching at our thoracic region, and again, of course, our neck moves forward. So it's very important that we first experience what it is to have a neutral S spine. And when our goal is to really experience what the neutral of the spine feels naturally to us, it's a good idea to first start with the lying down posture and then moving to the seated posture. Here, I've shown you 3 different variations that you can try in order to experience the neutral of the spine. But there is something common that you need to do in all of these postures. That is, in order to maintain the neutral of the spine at the lumbar and cervical region, you need to place a towel underneath. Now, all of us have different kind of curvatures, and depending on what your curvature is, you need to adjust the thickness of the towel. So in the first variation, I have kept my knees bent and my feet are firmly planted on the floor. I have a towel under my lumbar region and under my cervical region. And I need to be in this posture for around 5 to 10 minutes. And when I'm in that posture, I'm making sure that I'm pushing my shoulder blades down onto the floor. I'm really engaging my palms and I'm really digging my feet onto the floor. So this is letting the gravity help you experience what the neutral of your spine is. And if you would want to take it to the next level, try raising your legs up, but keep it bent at 90-degree angle. This helps you relax your lower back as you do this. And if you would want to take it to the next level, try this posture. So your legs are straight up against the wall. The rest is absolutely the same. You're making sure you're pushing your shoulder blades down, you're engaging and feeling your whole body connect with the floor as you are pushing your arms down to the floor. I would really encourage you to try experiencing any one of these variations every day for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And if possible, try taking slow, deep breaths. It not only helps you connect with your body, align your spine neutrally, but it also calms your mind. And when you're ready to take it to the next level, you can try the same in a seated position. Now as you can see here, there are two variations that I have shown. In the first one, I have kept my legs straight, and in the second one, I have bent at my knees and really trying to push my knees down. This would give me a nice inner thigh stretch as I'm trying to keep the spine neutral. And in this, my entire back is relaxed because my legs are straight. Again, we have to make sure that we have a towel wrapped under our lumbar region and under our cervical region. And we are really pushing everything against the wall. Do remember that it's not a very strong push against the wall. We are very gently pushing our head, our shoulders, our back and our hips against the wall so that we can experience what it is to have a neutral spine. Again, try being in this posture from anywhere for 5 to 10 minutes and really relax with slow deep breathing. Now that we know and have experienced what it is to have a neutral spine, let's look at 5 simple hacks that we can do in order to tackle a slouching posture. The first one is whenever we sit, we have to make sure that we sit on our sit bones and not on our tailbone. So what it means to sit on a tailbone is to have our pelvis turned backward and a lot of pressure is put on the tailbone and the curvature of our lumbar spine is lost, and that is not good for a lower back. So instead, we have to make sure that we push our hips against the seat and make sure that we really distribute our weight on the sit bone and not on the tailbone when we sit. Now this hack is really beneficial for anybody who is experiencing back pain, especially lower back pain. So in case you're experiencing lower back pain, when you're sitting for long periods of time, along with making sure that you're really sitting on your sit bones and not on your tailbone, it's a good idea to use cushions that give your lumbar support and help you maintain that curve. You can also try this posture. In this posture, you're leaning back at an angle of around 120 to 135. But please ensure that even at this angle, you're not tilting your pelvis back and losing that curvature of your spine. The third hack is to ensure that we use proper ergonomics. So whenever we are sitting, the first thing we have to make sure is that our feet are firmly planted on the floor. Second, there's a 90-degree angle at our knees and at our hips. If required, you can use a lumbar support to maintain the lumbar curvature. And then rest your elbows and keep them as close to your body as possible. The last thing you need to make sure is that whatever you're watching is in line with your eyes, so that you don't have to lean forward or bend over to do your work. The fourth hack is to help us become aware of how we can really improve our posture when we are working throughout the day. Now for that, it's a good idea to use a postural correction tool. Now there are various types of postural correction tools that are available in the market. Some support only your shoulder blades and make sure that you're able to hold them back and stay upright for as long as possible. Others also provide you complete lumbar support and help you maintain the neutral of the spine. But please remember that these tools are only a stopgap arrangement. These tools can help you experience what it is to have a neutral spine. And you should be using these tools for a very short period of time. And as you're using these tools, you should also start working on your core strength and really get your muscles working. Because remember, it's a job of a strong core to keep our body upright and strong. And we should not hand over that duty to any postural tool. Now this is a very interesting hack. Now we know that we are trying our level best to activate our inner core so that we can really fire up our core and get them strong as soon as possible. So it's a good idea to really check out any form of support when we are sitting, at least for some time throughout the day. So whenever possible, try practicing active sitting. That means you're sitting without any support and you're really trying to make sure that you're sitting upright. And if you would want to take it to the next level, try sitting on an exercise ball. Because an exercise ball provides an unstable support. And that means that our inner core muscles have to really work hard to maintain the balance. Again, remember that active sitting really requires a proper activation of your inner core. So there is a possibility that you might fatigue out very quickly in the beginning. But please try to make it as consistent as possible, and with regular practice what you'll notice is that you'll be able to sit in an active position for longer periods of time. Now that we have explored what it means to have a neutral of the spine and the simple hacks that we can have when we are sitting throughout the day, let's get one thing very clear. Our bodies are meant to move. And sedentary lifestyle, even if it means that we are sitting in the right posture throughout the day, is not good for us. Because at the end of the day, movement will always win over any form of static posture. And we should be very mindful of the frequency and duration versus our ideal posture. That means we can move around and we can sit in various postures throughout the day. But what is important that the duration should not be a very long one, and we should not be in the same position repeatedly over a long period of time. As you can see here, the kind of office chairs that we have been using has been changing and evolving throughout the years. Not only this, there's so many new discoveries and research that keep coming up, letting us know that sitting in different postures is more beneficial than the other. But the ground rule is very simple. Any of these postures might become harmful to us if we are sitting in the same posture for a long period of time. And hence, we have to make sure that we keep moving our bodies whenever possible throughout the day. Previously, we had explored the static posture hacks. Now, let's explore the 5 movement posture hacks. These hacks are very simple, but the magic happens when we practically start applying them throughout a day. So these hacks include taking frequent breaks every 30 to 60 minutes, making sure that we are not stuck in the same posture for more than 60 minutes. The second tip is to make sure that we do a quick body connect and scan. It's a very simple thing and it hardly takes a minute. All we need to do is quickly run our awareness from our feet all the way till our head and see if we feel any discomfort or aches and pains along our body. If you notice, kids are very good with body connect and body awareness. They keep changing their positions throughout. But as we grow up, we tend to learn to disconnect from our bodies. And it's only when we get a really sharp shooting pain somewhere that we really understand that the body is going through some issues. So it's a good practice to really connect with our bodies and really scan through our body whenever possible throughout the day. Along similar lines, the third hack is that we should be changing positions, standing and walking around whenever possible. The fourth hack is to make sure that we practice better breathing techniques. Now our breath is very closely associated to how we feel and also energy levels. So it's a good idea to really breathe deeply whenever possible throughout the day, and that will make sure that we do not slouch much. And the last hack is to make sure that we perform stretches and mobility exercises frequently throughout the day. You can take a small mobility break of 5 minutes every 2 hours and really stretch and open up your body. So let's explore simple exercises that you can do right at your desk, and that would take less than 5 minutes. It has only 8 moves and each move needs to be done only for 30 seconds. Explored what it feels like to really experience the neutral of our spine. At the same time, we also explored some simple hacks that can be done in order to maintain the neutral of our spine as we sit at a desk throughout the day. We also explored simple moves that we can do throughout a day in order to improve our mobility, our circulation, really improve our posture and to feel good at the same time. I really hope that you were able to connect with all the techniques that I shared with you in this post. Please do remember that us maintaining a neutral spine throughout the day and us moving our bodies throughout the day is very important for our health and vitality. Please don't forget to save this post and use it as often as possible. Also, share it with your loved ones and invite them into a world of wellness. Please let me know your inputs or questions in the comment section below. I really wish you take care of yourself and keep thriving.